Very consoling. It was his bar mitzvah. It was the day in which he is supposed to religiously become a man, able to carry on with service to the Creator. He made one mistake, however, that he thought that the veil would open to him and he would be able to see beyond the veil. He did not. It is not God's way to do with people and provide immediately as they request of him. Sometimes he hides it for them for the hereafter. The Jews would find that relevant because God did not respond to the prayers of the people of Pharaoh immediately. They were required to ask Moses to ask God to cure them of the plagues. They called him a sorcerer. Does anyone even know what the word sorcerer means? Do they even know that the word sorcerer means someone who deals with jinn and devils? It is no wonder that God made sorcerers associated with jinn and devils. Once a person starts listening to the jinn, they would be given a double equally applicable probabilities of reality. That God is either this or that God would harm or cause harm due to one of his traits. The ancient Egyptians worshipped multiple figures rather than a single deity, as Allah. They were Hebrew at the time, and the word ilah is the only word used to reference to a single creator who has no equal and would have no son. The word ilah, however, was used lightly by the Pharaoh, and he thought that it would be obtainable. When Pharaoh himself was given the probability of reality, it was only given to him through his constant interactions with jinn and devils. It is not because of the use of jinn that he was able to be given soothsayers and astrologers working under him. Is it not by supporting a sorcerer that a person becomes inflicted with sores and plagues? They had relied on sorcerers in government, and thus were given a taste of what hell would cause upon being burned in it. The sores that they endured were nothing more than a punishment in the life of this world, and they were promised even more punishment in the hereafter. When they called Moses, peace be upon him, to ask God to mediate for them, they called him a sorcerer. Even if they do take a mediator, they would only be moving God's will forward. Belief in predestination is an essential form of belief. No one should be scared to contradict or agree with that. They would only be treated equally. When making a mistake, it is more probably associated with will in all cases. If left unchanged, unfixed, and stuck for all to see, it is more of a distraction or a branch of probability that we are only trying to maintain. Why should not revelation be considered revelation rather than lies and fabrications? Why should revelation be taken lightly and in accordance with what people say about it and what they think about it? Pharaoh was drowned in the bottom of the sea because he would be thrown in the depths of hell for claiming to people that he would achieve what he claimed he had achieved. It is no wonder that instead of saving him, the angel put dirt in his mouth from the soil of the sea floor to shut him up from asking for forgiveness. It is symbolic to the dead liars who are being fed their lies constantly, to eat instead of food in the punishment of the hereafter. It is necessarily true that they would be fed their lies, killing them over and over again. Very consoling.